Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Bruce again. Welcome back if you guys are following these segments. This is segment 3 of an Omaha Hi-lo cash game. We're on the button here. We have King Queen suited and 7-5 suited. And we just picked up the nut flush draw with the King Queen of Hearts. Now, there is a low draw, and we do have a low draw, but ours isn't the greatest. We have a 5-7. We're using our ace deuce out here on the board for our low draw, but we'd much prefer to see a heart. And given that we have the best position, I'm going to bet. And I'm going to try and put a little more money into the pot just in case we hit our flush. And hopefully, somebody else hits their flush along with us. And that's typically the case in Omaha. When you hit a flush, somebody else is going to hit that one as well. And better flush wins. Flush over flush. All right, that board just paired. There's a 9 or 2 9s out there now. And he's almost guaranteed to have the 9. And it doesn't seem like he would have a full house here because he wouldn't bet that much. He would want you to stay in. Considering my low draw is bad, I'm going to fold. Because he could easily have a 9 and then hit a full house. And even if I get my flush and it's a full house card, we will find out, though, because he's calling. So this guy has 4 hearts and a low draw. Yeah, and he already did have a full house. He had ace 9. So I was wrong about him not having a full house, but I made the proper fold. So, okay, we're on second to the button, and we end up getting the best position because he folded. So I'm really just playing my pair of 5s, and I did hit a 5. So, but there's 3 clubs out there, so chances are somebody has a flush because there are 6 other people in the hand, all using 4 cards. So what we really want is the board to pair a 9 or a king. Preferably the 4th 5 would be nice, and we also have the best position, so we can't complain. I'm gonna do a feeler bet. Just gonna find out who's got what. If they want to stay in at this point, they'll stay in. If they're afraid, they'll fold. So we have 1 call. That's a check call. That's what that is. So it's weakness twice. That's what he did. Okay, so that puts us straight on the board, which also beats us. So, I just don't know what he would have in this position. Check calling, maybe a flush. I mean, maybe he's got a weak flush, and he's just afraid of that weak flush. So I didn't get my full house. 24 cents. There is a low hand out there, which I don't have. So I'm gonna fold this one. It's a set, but I'm gonna fold it because I believe he's got a weak flush, and I called it. And he made the nut low on the river as well, so good call. Okay, ace 3 5 king. I have 3 cards to a low. I like having 3 cards to a wheel, so having 3 cards or even 4 cards that are under a 5, I like having that, even though it doesn't always amount to something, but having those possibilities are good. So I come in for a raise. Yeah, I'm losing all my money here, so if I have to cut this video short, then I apologize. But okay, so we picked up the nut low draw, ace 3. We have since there's a deuce on the board, we have ace deuce 3. Those are the lowest 3 cards you can get, and we're using the 8th card or the 8 for our draw card. So we're just gonna do some betting, maybe get some people out of the hand, maybe win the pot. Who knows? 12 cents. I mean, if I hit my nut low card, which I didn't, and now there's a diamond draw out there, but I have the ace of diamonds, so they can't have the nuts. They can't think that they have the nuts. That card is very good for me. What it does for me is give me the nut low. I cannot be beaten in the low hand. We can tie. If he has ace 3 as well, we'll split. But I also have the ace of diamonds, so he could be fearful that I have the ace high flush if he has a flush. So I'm just going to bet as much as possible. Try and put them all in, but I can't do it because it's pot limit. So I'm betting 62 cents into a 58 cents. There's 4 cents up here, which are the rake. So I won the hand. He doesn't even call. I believe that was the right play, because if he calls, he's probably going to have my high hand beat, which I don't even remember what my high hand was, but he'd probably have that beat, since I don't even remember what it was. So I take the full pot instead of just half of it. Okay, so we're in the big blind. And really a pair of 6s, and we hit a set. And there's already a low hand possible. And there is a flush draw out there, so we're gonna not try and put too much money into the pot, and we'd like to fill up our full house. We do also have a low draw using our 4, and our 6 is already paired, so we don't have a low ourselves. Okay, so we've been raised, and I actually like that. I do like that because that means to me that they're betting their low hand, or a hand that I might have beat. Like if he has ace 6, but I believe that there's a flush draw maybe in there. I'm gonna get it all in there if I can with my hand. I feel that I have the best hand for the high hand right now, and we got a 3-way all in. So hopefully my hand's good. Hopefully somebody doesn't have pocket aces. Really the only hand I'm afraid of right now. No aces. All right, they both have deuce 3, which is a low draw. Neither one of them had a spade draw, so that worked out in my favor. So I win the big half of the pot. So I basically doubled up. Maybe not doubled up, but I picked up, I forget what I started the hand with, maybe $1.20 or so I picked up. Okay, this is a hand that I actually like. I have double suited and lots of straight possibilities. So he's made it 22 cents, which is a pretty big raise. But we're going to gamble because we have lots of possibilities. So should never fold this hand. Even though it is a high-low game, I have no low possibility. I have lots of possibilities with the high. So I flopped a pair of jacks, and I guess I have a straight draw with a 9 for a gut shot. I'm not too happy about it, but now I have 2 pair jacks and 8s. But in this game, if he's got a pair of queens in his hand, he beats me. Now there's a flush possible, and a straight already possible. I need to fold this hand immediately. We'll see what I mean afterwards. I'll show you. He had the flush. I'll fold that one. Okay, the big blind, nothing special. King 10 suited, really. We do have a low hand, but it's not a very good one, so let's see what happens. Couple limpers. Okay, so I have a pair of 4s, and I have a gut shot for if I need a queen, I get the nut straight. But nothing special still. I'll easily fold to any bets, probably. And there is a low draw, which I paired my 4, so I still need 2 cards to get a low hand. So I'm really just looking for a queen. A 4 would be nice as well. So 4 or queen are our best cards. Now I have 2 pair. I have kings and 4s. I still have my straight draw. But somebody else could have also just made their straight. Plus it puts a flush draw on the board, so everybody's slowing down. Okay, so now I end up with kings and jacks. My 10 or my 4 is no longer playing, so but I'm no good here. I'm almost positive. Just min bet. We'll find out. Yep, aces and kings takes it down. And looks like this table is dying down as well. Hopefully that's not the case, because when I got into this cash game, there was a waiting list. There was 3 people waiting in line at one time. There was 4 at one time, and I waited my time. I waited 15 minutes to get in this cash table, and now it's dying down. So we have queens. Basically, queens are the only thing. We're in the worst position. I have a little straight draw with my 5-8. I actually have 2 straight draws with my queen 8 and my 8-5. So looking for a 10 or a 7 for a straight. Just a pair of queens. That card puts a flush draw and a low draw, which the low hand was just made. I'm just in this hand with just a pair of queens for the high hand only. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. I do have a low hand. I have a 5-8 for the low. So deuce 3, 5, 6, 8 would be my low, but that's one of the worst low hands you can have. So a straight's going to take the high hand. Ace 4 is going to take the low. So okay, ace 3 and some straight possibilities, and I have a flush possibility. So I like this hand. And also considering we're dying down, we're kind of short-handed now, so you can be a little more aggressive. And I do have good position, so raise it up. I didn't miss the flop. I have an ace-3. I still have the nut low draw. So a 4, a 5, a 7, and 8 all make me the nut low. So that gives me the ability to bet. Even though I really don't have anything, I have the button. I do have the nut low draw, so there's plenty of cards that can come out that give me an unbeatable low hand, which there's one of them. So now I'm free to apply maximum pressure, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do that on the river card when I get a little more money in there. So that's a scary card for him because it could have just made a straight. So he wants to keep it small. He bets 4 cents. It's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to apply maximum pressure, even though all I really have is the nut low. I have ace-3 or ace-deuce-3, 6-8. I do have a pair of 10s, but maximum pressure. I just want him to fold, really. Because if he calls with a 6, he takes half the pot. If he folds a 6, I win the whole pot. And that's exactly what it does. So we're back into the profit range. Okay, and the next hand, I have another hand where I like to play with 3 cards to a wheel, ace-4, 5, and I also have ace-queen and ace-4 suited, so just going to limp this time. We raised last time. That is basically a perfect flop for me. Although I have nothing, deuce-3 is what I was really hoping, because that gives me all the cards that I need in between for my straight. I don't have a straight just yet, but any card that hits now below an 8, I have the nuts. So I'm definitely going to stay into this pot at this point. And I don't think anybody else is going to fold to that bet. I mean, somebody will fold, but I don't think everybody's going to fold. So hopefully 8 or below comes, and I have the nuts. Well, the nut low at least. If it's a 4, 5, or an ace, I have the nut low. I have a wheel. So I make a pair of queens. I still have the nut low draw. I'm going to slow it down to him. Maybe he's got a flush draw and he'll want to see a free card because I don't have much either. Okay, that's a good card for me. Gives me the nut low. Ace, deuce, 3, 4, 7 is my nut low hand. Again, I don't want to just split the pot with him, but I do have a pair of queens for the high, so 40 cents, a little less than the maximum bet, but okay, so in this situation, I got the full pot, or half the pot for, look at that again. I had the nut low, so I got half the pot for the low, and then we also split the high hand because he had ace-queen for the high, so we had the same exact high hand, and then we split, or I took the full half of the pot, so I ended up getting 3/4 of that pot, so I made a profit, even though we did split the pot. I took 3/4 of it. Guys, quickly, I just want to apologize for that last hand because I thought that I had the nut low and that he didn't. But after reviewing the hand history, I didn't see that he had the exact same hand as I did for the low and the high as well. So we actually did split that pot evenly. I just, for some reason, thought that I had the only nut low. So split pot evenly. I didn't take a profit that hand, but I didn't lose much. I only lost the rake. So okay, I'm gonna limp in here and I'm gonna try and pause the video to make this video at least 15 minutes or less to condense this last hand. And I flopped trip deuces with an ace kicker, so pretty good hand. I'm gonna bet 20 cents. Turn cards is 6. I'm gonna bet 24. I have a good low draw too now. River card's a diamond. I don't like it, so I check. And he bets 72 on the diamond, so I'm just gonna fold it. Guys, I have 9 seconds to say this, so thanks for watching, guys. I will see you in segment number 3. If you want to continue watching, I will see you there. Thank you very much.